Even I can't see recording means getting recorded here. Means any timings. I think it is started, right?
Yeah, it is started now.
Hmm. Yeah, correct. Correct. Yeah, notification.
Thanks, Praveen.
So what I am telling you, first of all, your website developer.servicenow.com, right? So I am already logged in this website. Otherwise, you will get get an option here to log in, or you can see also here. You have to means for registration you can click here, create an account. You can register yourself with your personal email ID or your official email ID. Once you are registered, you can sign in again into this website, and after signing in, you have to give your credentials with which you registered earlier, and what was the password or email ID, right? You have to be ready with that. Let it load first. And by that time I will means go through today's topics. So today's topics are ServiceNow platform walkthrough, right? How to take instances and all. What are the different instances in ServiceNow? Little cloud overview, and about the cloud overview we already have discussed in the last session. A part of it, ServiceNow users, groups, roles, and permissions. How to create a user, how to create a group, how to create a role and permissions, right? How to give permissions to the users, user impersonation, user sessions, user transactions, ServiceNow user authentications, power of system properties, and update set. So all these are the things which we will be covering today, right? Now let me log in here. No, अभी नहीं, अभी नहीं. Yes, so I am signed in my means in my own account, and now I can see here I already have some instance. I will click here. It will open me in a new tab. A part of it, right? So guys, sometime what happens whenever you are having some instance, you most of the time face a problem that you are not remember what is your username and what is your means what is your user ID and what is your password, because whenever you are opening some instance and whenever you want to log in into some instance, at that time you need at least admin username and admin password, right? So if you are not remember what was your admin name, what was your user ID and what was your password, in that case you can reset your password, right? So here is an option, reset admin password. So here few are the options available here, and one of the most common option which you will use, I think, is reset admin password. So every time you are not remember that what is your user ID, what is your password, you can go here and you can do reset admin password, right? So it will generate automatically some password, and it will once you will click here, you will click on reset admin password. It will do some processing. After processing and after setting your resetting your password, it will show you here, right? And you can copy that password and you can put that password here. Let it complete load. Today's my internet is slow, I think. Yeah. So here username and password you have to provide, right? I already have saved my username password in my browser, so I will directly log in. Right, and right now we are inside our instance. The name of the instance is at the top in the URL dav101519. Right, this is the name of the instance. A part of it you can see that this complete instance is in the browser is coming in, means we say it actually, we say it that it comes in three sections. The top section, which is called banner, right? Most of you will not see these options, right? So I will tell you that what are the
हाँ अपने वाले का भी ये निकालो.
Hey, any query from someone? Okay, I will continue. So what will happen? These options you are seeing here, you will not see those options when you will first log in into your instance, right? I will tell you how these options will come and how, means they will help you. What are they actually? So first of all, this complete means window is divided into three sections. So top section is banner, left section is called left navigation panel, right? Navigation panel, this is called navigation. You will navigate into your complete application, into your complete ServiceNow instance using this left navigation, right? Filter navigator. This filter navigator again have three options. I will tell you what are those. Basically, a part of it here, this right side portion, whatever you are seeing here, this right side portion is basically your content pane. Means you will click here and it will decide, means system will decide that on which kind of page it will redirect you, right? And it will show you that page here. Here you will see the output, whether you are accessing a list layout of a table, whether you are accessing a form, whether you are accessing a website, or whatever, whether you are accessing a report, or whether you are accessing a dashboard, whatever kind of stuff you are accessing, that will come here. Once you will click here, okay, it will go, means it will go towards server side. It will have a data for you. It will come and it will represent the data here, right? So you can collapse as well. This collapse and expand option is available here, right? So you can collapse and expand this left navigator, and you can easily see that your complete screen now will be visible. Sometime what may happen that you want to, means you are much comfortable with the bigger screen. In that case, you can collapse and expand this complete navigator, right? Now I am starting first of all from the banner portion. So in the banner portion, you will see at the left side, I will start from this left side. So all these things comes in the branding of the instance. Left side, this is the icon. This icon will be used, for example, if you are going to work with the Airtel instance or Airtel organization, Airtel company. Who comes here now?
Praveen, this was me, Ankita. My network was dropped. That is why there was power cut.
Okay. So now what will happen here? First of all, whenever we are having some instance, so we will do some branding of that instance. Branding includes having means icon of that particular organization, some tagline of that organization, right? Color, look and feel, UI part of that organization. So all those things comes in the branding. So first of all, for example, here you can see here is the icon. I will let you know where you will upload this icon, and it will get changed here at that time, right? So this is called icon, and once you will click here, for example, if you are on another page, any other page you are there as well, as soon as you will click on here, it will take you towards the home page. So every user also have a home page in ServiceNow, right? Actually I was doing something wrong, so that's why it is not showing me my home page, right? So otherwise, whenever you will log in, it will take you towards a home page, right? And mostly 99% we have a home page for every user, at least some home page for every user, right? Service management, this is again a tagline for any organization. This is again configurable thing, right? You will see a form, In that form, you will, whatever tagline you want to put here, you can put here, and it will automatically get changed here, right? Now leave these options for now. Yes. लेके आओ जो हाँ ठीक है, okay. So these two options I am leaving for now, right? I am hiding them. Right now, this you can see here, whoever the person is logged in, that person name will come here, right? So right now I am logged in as system administrator, so I can see here that my name is system administrator. Few options are available in this drop down: profile, impersonate user, elevate roles, logout. First of all, let me tell you profile. Once I will click on the profile, it will take me towards a new page. Yes, so it takes me towards a new page where I can see my first name, my last name, business phone, mobile phone, title, very limited fields I can see, email, right, date format, time zone, right, and I can update them as well. You can see here, here is the update button. If I want to change my email ID, if I want to change my first name, last name, whatever I want to change, right, I want to change my title, designation, so I can change here because I have admin privileges, right, so I can change them directly, right. So here basic things I can configure. If I want to configure more advanced things about any user, I will let you know how to navigate towards that. Now we were at the profile. Again, see, I will click here on this icon. It will try to take me towards the home page, my home page again, right? So we just see what is profile. So profile is basically the complete information of a logged in user, and every user will have this basic option, at least profile. Impersonate user. So impersonate, on the impersonation we will come little bit later, right? On the elevate roles as well we will come later. Logout. Logout means you want to log out from your instance, right? Apart of it, now we are moving towards the another option. So first we see this option and we just learn about first option. Now you are seeing here, here's the gear icon, right? This is called settings. As soon as I will click here, you will see many options are available here. As soon as I will click on the settings, general, theme, accessibility, lists, forms, notification, developer, right? I am not telling you about everything right now. We will come towards the themes first of all, right? Let it load first. What is happening with this instance? I am not remember exactly that what have I did this instance, because I have opened this instance long time after, right? So there may be some things which I have experimented with. That's why we are not able to see your themes.
Sir, in themes, we are able to see the different colors which we can apply to our instance.
Yes, now these are here. I think it was some delay in the network. That's why we were not able to see. So now here you can see that in the themes part, uh, means basic themes. These are the basic themes which are pre-ready, which are already available in ServiceNow instance. If you want to apply any theme, whatever color and means whatever color basically you will like, so you can directly click here and you can see that at the back end the complete thing is changed, right? Go back again. If you want to apply some another theme, you can click here and it will get changed. Right. So this is the how we can change the basic look and feel. I'm not saying advanced look and feel. So these are the limited themes available in ServiceNow. But yes, we are not limited up to it. We can create our own themes. Right. We can set our own themes, and how to set them will come later in some time at that as well. Now I just told you about the theme option here, right? A part of it, the first option is general. So in the general, you can see we are having home. As I told you, every user will be having some home page. So there could be two kinds of home page, or you can see the welcome page for any user. Two kinds of welcome page could be there in ServiceNow. First is called home page, another one is called dashboard, right? First is called home page, another one is called dashboard. What is the difference in them? Technically, you will get later. We will get know later that what is the difference between them. But for now, let me tell you that both are basically grouping of the reports. अभी wait कर लो, wait कर लो, wait. So home page and dashboards both will show you grouping of some kind of reports, right? If I will click here home pages and I will close it. So now whenever I will come on my instance, somehow every time when I will logged in, it will take me towards the home page. I'm not telling you the difference between the home page and dashboard right now, right? I'm just telling you that the other two things, home page or dashboard, whatever you have selected in your settings, right? It will take you towards that. So right now you see I selected home and it takes me towards here, right? Previously it was throwing some error. That was the error in my dashboard because I selected the dashboard there and was trying to find out that dashboard, and basically I was doing some bad thing with that dashboard. That's why it was not able to show me anything, right? As soon as I change my option to home, now it takes me towards the home, and I can select other home pages as well because I'm admin, system admin. So I can access all the home pages, right? Using this selected icon. Correct. So we see two options: general, home, right? And themes we see here. Now sometime what happens, for example, you are a user and you are in a different time zone. For example, you are working from US and I am working from India. In that case, you have to select your time zone, like US Central, US Eastern, US Arizona, whatever you are from, whatever means geography you are working on the instance. So you can change your time zone as well. So time zone, changing the time zone in any web application or in any application, in any project, time zone is a very complex thing to handle because different kind of users will come from different geographies, right? And for to every user you want to give their flexibility that they will get notification in their time only, right? They will get tasks assigned to them in their time only. So for that, if you will change your time zone, system will behave as per your timings in that case, right? So you can change here, from here you can change your time zones as well, correct? On other options I will not tell you, so that you will, otherwise you will be get confused. As soon, it means as you will progress towards the service now learning, other options will be covered at that time. Let me see what I can tell you more thing. Accessibility not in the list, even not in the forms right now, not in the notification, not in the developer, right? So these are the few things we just checked in this setting icon, system settings icon, right? Now in the a part of it, yes, third option I told you about, these options, this system setting. Now so search. So this is the global search, right? So for example, what is the global search? For example, I am putting here some incident number. What is incident, we will come on it later, but consider it is a unique number in service now of some table 123. I will put enter here. Now what it will do, we have configured 15 to 16 tables at the back end, on which, on those tables, it will search using this number. If it will found some result, it will show us that result on our screen. Otherwise it will show zero results, right? You see it is progressing, right? So zero results, it does not found anything here. And what are the tables? Incident, changes, change task, problem, request, catalog task, tickets, live feed, message, business tool, UI action, client. So these are the tables on which we just put here, and on these tables it started searching are this number. If it found somewhere, it will show us that one result found, and it will show us that particular result, right? So this is called global search. So all these questions actually comes in admin exam as well. When you will give your CSA, all those things will come, that where this global search, what are the different kinds of search available in service now, right? What system settings icon have, right? And what will happen if you will click on the icon, right? It will take you towards the home page. What are the welcome page? A user can select. So user can select two kinds of welcome page, either home page or either dashboard, right? So such things, such questions will also come in your CSA, in your admin examination, right? Guys, let me connect my charger. Okay. Hi everyone. So I will continue here. There was some little power cut issue, so that's why. Okay. So this was the global search, right? Now we will look at that how we can change all these things, all this stuff, this particular tagline, this icon, and some more things as well. So you have to type your system properties, right? System properties, okay, and basic configuration UI 16. So basically, they are the two UIs in ServiceNow. Whatever the UI part you are seeing, that is called UI 16 part, right? And previous version was UI 15, right? So everything you will work now will be in the UI 16 only. ServiceNow already have left UI 15, though it is still available on all the instances, but it is not recommended, right? We do every work in UI 16 only, right? Let it load first. So why I'm taking you towards all these things. These are not very technical things. You can go by yourself and you can change whatever you want to change. And I think if you all of you have gone through that basic fundamental things, so you already have seen that all these things are defined there, right? So you can see this service management tagline. You can see here, right? If I will change it here, so it will get changed there, right? Browser tab title, so you can see that welcome is changed here. Browser tab title, so what would be the title of means of browser tab, right? So you can define a particular name, or you can give your client means organization name here, right? System time zone for all users. So there are two kinds of time zones, means one is what is the system time zone, another thing what is every user time zone, right? So system time, for example, you set a system time zone as IST, but some users are from the US, right? So every user can select its own time zone as well as we, but it's an admin responsibility to select some time zone of system, right? A part of it, banner image, right? What is the banner image? If you want to upload some banner image, so you guys can do all this stuff by yourself. I will just go through very fast from all this stuff. I will not do each and everything, so you guys can go and can do it by yourself, right? So if I want to change the icon, I can change it from here. What should be the date format of your instance? YY mmdd. So what kind of for format you want for date for your instance? Time format 24-hour or 12-hour, right? And if it is 24-hour, what should be the format, right? So AM PM, or what kind of format it should be? Header background color. So for example, if you want to configure a few things by yourself, right? So you can see that just as soon as I checked it, right? So the my header color is changed, right? For example, banner text color if I want to change, so as soon as I will choose some different color, right? If some text is coming, when means when other options will be available, in that case some text will come over the banner, that text will get changed, right? So all such kind of things, colors, right? You can do navigation separator color. This is the navigation part, right? Navigation selected tab divided bar color, right? So what kind of color basically you want to keep, you can select from here as well, right? Right? So all this stuff you can go through by yourself, and you can see what different kind of changes are there. These are not so much technical things, you can go by yourself, right? Now, so this was the basic configuration UI 16, right? You can means you can check everything just changing the color, right? Once you will say some things will get reflected, right? So you can see here that some of the things are getting reflected, right? Once you will save, it will automatically get reflected, right? but but always remember, select system here. Otherwise you will say that after saving all these changes, you're not able to see any change on the system after refreshing this page. So you have to confirm that you are on the system theme, right? Otherwise all the changes you just did from the UI properties, that will not be reflected, correct? Now let me refresh it. Correct, you can see all the changes I just made have gone. Right. So now, what is the next thing? So same thing. I just told you. You are changing from here. Same thing. You can change from my company, right? This banner image and this banner text, right? So basically, if you want to change the banner image, right, this particular image if you want to change, and you have some different image here and some different image here, so this image will be actually take preference and it will come here. So if you want to change this logo, you always come here in my company, right, and you will change from here. So here, from here you can change two things. You can change banner image as well as banner text. Correct. And yes, one more thing, remember, don't do any changes in this basic configuration, otherwise you will not be able to see anything, because that will change in the UI 15, not in the UI 16. If you want to change in the UI 16, in which you are currently means you are in which you are currently logged in, you have to do all the changes in basic configuration UI 16, so you may get confused in between both of them, right? Correct. Now, for example, as I told you that we can decide our own theme as well. So here, if you will go towards down, or you can type here themes, you can see system UI. You will click on the themes. So all the themes, black and white, blues, you are seeing here. All these themes are here. Black and white, glimmery, blues, clean, cobalt, right? All these themes are here. So basically, we are creating the themes where we are creating the themes here, and using the new operator, this new button, I can create my own theme as well, right? So name, base theme, CSS, and I have to provide every means all the CSS here, whatever. If but obviously you need to have knowledge, basic knowledge of complete CSS, right? Correct. So you can design your theme as well. Correct. I mistakenly inserted it. I have not written anything here in CSS. For reference, you can take all the means all previously created CSS if you want to create your own CSS. So for the reference, you can take help from the already created CSS in ServiceNow. Correct. So this was about branding, changing this background color, how this system settings work basically in themes part and in general part little bit, right? How we can change the time zone, how we can change the time format of instance, right? How we can change means banner images, such small things we have just learned. Now we will learn about this left navigation panel, how to work with this left navigation panel. So this left navigation, whatever you will write here, you just need to remember the name of your application. So here you can see two things. This is the application menu, self service, and as soon as I click on here, it expands. Inside self service application menu, whatever the menus you are seeing here, these are called modules, and every module is basically connected with some kind of stuff. For example, if you will click on the service catalog, you will see it will show you some different kind of UI, right? If I will click on the knowledge, it will show you some different kind of UI. I think my instance, either my instance is slow or my internet connection is slow. Right. Another option, I am opening in a new tab. For example, incident. So it take you towards a new kind of UI, right? A list kind of UI, right? So as I told you, means yeah. So now we have here. So whatever module you are clicking on, all those modules are connected to different kind of things. How to connect them? That is a separate thing that will come later, right? So this is the way how we navigate in this left navigation. We just need to remember the name of the application, right? And we just type the application name or just few words about that application, not the complete name, right? You just need to give a means a clue to this navigator, and it will show you all the results it is having inside it, right? Depending, and everything you are seeing here is controlled by the roles. What roles you have, because I am impersonated as a system administrator, so what role you have, it will show you only those stuff here which is allowed to show you, which is configured in the way that you can see them, right? How to control the function, that functionality, that what a user can see, what another user can't see, that is the complete, means that complete architecture dependent upon the role kind of stuff in ServiceNow, right? Three tabs are here. You will see, if for example, most of the time I just worked with this self-service application, so I will, what will I do, I will put it in my favorites, I will remove this from my favorites, right? And I put this in my favorites. So as soon as I will click on my favorites, I can see self-service here, right? I just not need to go and type again and again and again. I just come here, I can access my own application. This is the recent, whatever you have recently accessed, that will come here, right? So history, your history, right? So your history will come here. So this is the way we can means work with this left navigation part, right? I will now click on home page. I will go to my home page first. Yeah, so right now I'm on my home page, right? Now, as I told you, there are a lot of different kind of means applications available. So so now our major part will come from here. I till now I told you very basic things about service. Now you can configure by yourself. Now another important part is about how we can create different users in service now, or how can I create my another user in service now, right? So for that we have another application, right? That application is basically called user administration, right? And in that user administration you can see lot of modules are here, right? Lot of modules are here. Now for example, you want to create a new user, so in that case what you will do, you will click on the users. What is this at the right side? This is the basically database layout, or database, or table, basically table list. What is the data available in your user table? This is a representation of that data, right? In the list layout format, correct? So how many users are there? 635 users are there. What is the table name? Table name is user. I want to create a new user, I have a new button. I want to open already created user, for example, lot of already created users, I just need to click on the first link and it will open the form. This is the form by which you registered this user, Praveen.Kumar, right? Now here you can see lot of fields are here, right? I will not tell you right now about all those fields, but later I will tell you. First of all, let me open actual user table field. This is not the user table, this is a contact table field. Why contact? That will come later. First of all, let me open some other user, right? I can open in new tab as well using the control key. So this is the user table form, right? Now let me know when you are means you are disconnected, what I am saying. I will make you more clear about that at that same moment. So user ID, obviously every table will be having some primary key, right? And on that primary key you can identify any user. So user ID is the primary key in this particular table. First name, last name, title, department, all these things are self-explanatory in itself. Password, again self-explanatory. You can understand it, what is this basically. Email, language, calendar integration. Calendar integration you can skip for now. Language, yes. So user can select different languages as well, but it depends that what kind of language you have included in your instance, and that is a separate process. Having another kind of language in your instance, that is a separate process. And right now I will not tell you here. Time zone, you can select your different time zones here, right? So you can select from here as well, right? and you can select from here as well, right? So any user's time zone you can change, date format for any particular user you can change. No, this setting is not for the system, complete system. This setting is for a particular user. Business phone, mobile phone, if you want to upload the photo of a user, right, that photo will come here and it will start to show here, right? Password needs reset. For example, you created a new user in your instance, right? And as soon as you create the new user, what you want that whenever first time that user is logging in into ServiceNow, that user should be allowed or should be basically emphasized, right, to create a new password first time when he will log in. So you can just click on the, for example, I create a new user and I check this box, password needs reset. As soon as I just click here, right, the user, whenever the user will log in into ServiceNow instance, he will get a screen that please change your password first here. The user will change his password, then he will be allowed to log in, and for future that password will be saved, right? For active, logged out, web service access only, internal integration user, you can, for now you can leave them. Let me just tell you logged out, but because many of you can face problem with this logged out, if you have selected the logged out, it will lock the user and the user will never be able to log in. So if some user is not able to log in, please check logged out button is set true or false. That could be the major reason, right? There's a difference between active and logged out, but that I will leave upon you guys, that you will find out that what is the difference between active and logged out, right? So this is the basic form in ServiceNow. How to design this form, we will come on it later, but for now I click on a particular record, it takes me towards this form view of that record. You can see at the top two buttons, so these different kinds of buttons you will see here. For now we can see update and delete, more buttons will come later. This is the way we can go back to the previous record, right, or we can go forward to the previous record. If I will leave, it will take me towards the previous record, which will come means which is coming before the Fred ready. This is the way I can move towards the new another means towards my own on previous record on which I was just before this particular record, right? How can we attach? So if you want to attach a attachment or with particular user, so for example you want to attach a document for this user, its users CV, its users some personal documentation you want to attach, you just need to click here, right? It will open a pop-up, you just need to choose file, right, and whatever you want to attach here you can attach, open, so it will attach. Encrypt option you can leave it for now, right? So you can see your attachment is coming here, so your attachment is attached. So in this we can attach anything as well. Leave this particular screenshot part here, leave this personalized form as well for now here, leave this more option part also here. I don't want to make you confused. Now you will see, so we have opened this form, those two buttons which is coming here, you can see those two buttons also here. Some little more things will come which will come as related links on the form. What are those related links will come later, but you can understand again them just like button, they perform some particular action, right? As soon as you will click, they will perform some action. Now on the form you can see at the back end there are the few sections. So basically these sections are called related lists, right? So these sections are related lists. These are the different records which are connected to this single record, right? So these are the different tables which are connected to this particular table. User table is connected with rows, groups, delegates, skills, subscription, manage subscription tables, right? Much more tables could be there, but it depends upon us how we have configured our form. Only those tables will come here. So you can see, you know, there is a concept in a database which is called foreign key record or foreign records or reference records. So all these tables are having references for user table, so that's why these are coming here, correct? So and these records will come only for this particular user, Fred Kunde. If Fred have something in the roles, right, if Fred have something in the groups, if Fred had something related to him in the delegates, all those records will come here. So this was the form, how ServiceNow forms looks like. Now I have told you what is the list layout, right? From the list layout, how you can go to a form. Now we will see how we can create a new user. You just need to click on the new button, right? You just need to click on the new button, and you can see you can provide user ID, you can provide first name, last name, title, department, password, right? All the stuff you will provide, and you will just click on the submit button, right? And it will submit your record. That record you can access again. You will go back users, and you can access that record again from here. For example, now you have forget, you give some user ID to your user, but you are not able to see on in this list. What you will do, you will click on this search box. As soon as you will click on the search box, you see that your this is showing you some search here under every column. You just need to type. For example, if you remember that my user ID was admin, you just type here admin. It will show you the result, right? It will show you the result. So in this way, and you can now easily navigate to your record. So means you just need to remember the name. It will give you search functionality here as well, right? Now using the new button, using the submit button, you can create a new user, right? Now I will tell you how to give some permissions to the new user, right? For example, if I am opening this admin record, so in ServiceNow, permission is equivalent to giving the roles to some user, right? You can see I have lot of roles, right? Many roles I have here. For example, let me open some user, some another user. I am opening some Fred user.
And I guess searching is not case sensitive, right?
Yes, it is not case sensitive. For example, I type here Fred, and let me open this record Freddy, and let me check what permissions this Freddy have. It have around 30 roles, right? It also have admin role. Let me remove admin role. I will remove admin role from this user. So I will click on the edit button in that related list. I will come here. I will remove admin. I will click on admin, remove it, save it. Removing. You can see some info messages at the top of the form, right? And I have removed admin role, right? So now I am coming on the impersonation. Means in meanwhile, because it is those two things are related. So that's why I am telling you what is impersonation. Impersonation means accessing some instance on the behalf of some another user, right? So I want to access this instance on behalf of, because I am admin, I want to access this instance on behalf of Fred. I selected here Fred. I put enter. System will logged in as a Fred lady. Right? So you can see at the top Fred lady, but you will see one option is not here. You can see elevate roles was one more option which is not here. That option is only applicable to the system admin, right? Because Fred lady is not system admin, because it is not having admin role. That's why it is not system admin, and he can't do anything what admin can do. So if we can see here end impersonation button, it will end our impersonation, right? We can see profile as well here. We can see impersonate, because that FredReady also can impersonate with some other user, right? And FredReady can do logout, right? So now I am accessing the system using the FredReady credentials. You can see even using the seeing the size of this scroll bar. You can see here are some less applications than which were available to the system admin, right? So means on the basis of role, it will be decided what permission, what different kind of permission you basically have, and what different kind of permission you don't have, right? That will be decided on the. So this is impersonation. Impersonation means impersonating, means accessing the instance on the behalf of some another user. It help us to debug something, to test something, or in many other situations as well. And impersonation, it will take me towards my own instance, my own means profile. Now I will logged in now as myself. So that's why I saw you, because if I will give FredReady admin role again, this FredReady would be able to see this third option, this fourth option, elevate roles, which was not available to FredReady at that time, because FredReady is having only ITIL role, right? So this is the way how we easily we can give means give authentic give how easily we can give permissions to some user. Now what happens, sometime we need to group many users. For example, in your organization you have different staff, HR, right, admin staff, HR staff, developers, or housekeeping persons, right? So you can group them, right, so that you can easily identify every user, right? Or you can apply a common restriction on all the users. In that case, we are going towards the, again we will type user administration, and we will come here groups. We just read about users. Now we are coming over the groups. You can see many groups are already available in service now, right? If I want to create my own group, I will click on the new. As on all those groups, you can see the data of all those groups easily by navigating on and on clicking on the first link. It will open the record. Now I click on the new button. It is opening the new record. I will give a name to this group. For example, temporary. For example, housekeeping. Right. If there is a manager of this group, you can select that manager. Otherwise, you can leave it. You can select the manager. And a description about this group, any group email, whatever you want to put, submit. Right. What was the name of my group? Housekeeping. I will open it again. If I want to give some role to this group, I can give using that edit button. First of all, let me add some members of this group. So I will click on the edit. On the edit members list, I will click on the edit. I will select some users here. For example, Able Tutor I put in this group. Abraham Lincoln I put in this group. Adela I put in this group. That's it. So now I have members in my group. Right, I have members in my group now. Now what is happening? I want to give roles. So in that case, again, as I did it previously, you can you can uh, press this button, edit button, right, and you can select whatever role you want to give this complete group, right, and that role you can select and you can give that particular role to this group, right? So this is the way we can create a group, we can create a user, we can assign to the user, means permission. We can attach a member with the group, we can give a role to the group, right? All this stuff we just read about the user impersonation, right? And we just read about the so user session. So some of the things I will tell you, these are the basically conceptual thing, not right now for you. For example, user session and user transactions. User transactions is not a, means it is a little bit advanced thing. I will not show you, but I will let you know what is it basically, so that you can't get confused. So user session, obviously you know, every one of you is coming from some kind of web application of background, so you know that what is user session. Whenever you are accessing something over the over your means over your basically application, you will first initiate a session with that application, so that is called user session, right? It depends upon how we have configured that user session, that is a separate question. But for now, understand that what is user session. Whenever you are accessing some data from your from your server, you have to create a session, and if that session is authenticated, only then that data is made you available. So that is user session. User transactions, whenever you are accessing something, whenever you are doing something, for example, if I'm accessing this form, I am inserting some record, I am updating some record, all these are becomes transactions for me. So if I want to see all the transactions of the users, I can see them, right? There are some modules in service now, we can see all the transactions, we can see all the logged in users, we can kill the transactions, we can put the transaction quota rules as well, that how many transactions a person can run. If some transaction is taking a little bit more time, for example more than 5 minutes, more than 10 minutes, we can kill that transaction automatically using the script as well. So such control we have. Right now I'm not showing you all those stuff so that you can't get confused, but I am telling you the basic description about that. Shiva and Anika Babu, jao apne se. Right? So so these are the things now. So user transition, I told you that what is user transition. Whatever you are accessing in your instance, whatever kind of data, whatever kind of thing you are doing, that becomes a transaction, right? Now ServiceNow user authentications. So ServiceNow user authentication, and in any application, whenever you will develop application, so you will have a main thing, how users are authenticated. So in ServiceNow, you are seeing that right now I am authenticated with my basic username and password, right? Means once I will, whenever I'm accessing my instance, I'm seeing this screen. So this is a basic authentication. I need to have a username, I need to have a password, and it will authenticate myself, me, right? So there are multiple ways in ServiceNow for the authentication. Sometime I think if you all of you don't know about SSO authentication, right? So we do SSO integration as well in ServiceNow. That is a little bit advanced thing. I think you will do it later. So if you want to authenticate your user from some third party, right, from some identity provider, which are basically called, which is a basically called SSO authentication, we can configure it, right? A part of it, if you want to authenticate your user using the LDAP as well. LDAP is a basic directory every organization set up for its complete users, and all the details of its users is available in LDAP, right? So if you want to authenticate against LDAP, you can do that. If you authenticate against SSO, you can do that. If you want to authenticate against some auth kind of auth kind of application, or auth kind of thing, you can do that. So there are multiple ways of authentications in ServiceNow that will become a little advanced thing right now. So I'm just telling you that what is authentication, different ways of authentication, and which way of authentication we are using right now. So we are using this basic authentication. When you are having username and password, that is called basic authentication. So we are right now we are authenticated because we are not connected to some client instance. If you are connected to some client instance, surely client will ask you to do some LDAP integration or to do some SSO integration, right? Or SAML, right? SAML is again SSO. So in that way you will authenticate your user, right? Now I will tell you one more thing. So that is become a little bit mandatory. Whenever we start a session, means in ServiceNow, whenever you as a developer start working on ServiceNow, that becomes mandatory for every ServiceNow developer. That is called update set. What is update set? Basically, you can click on the system settings icon. You can go here developer, and you can see here show update set picker in header. Click it, close it. You can see this icon here, right? So all the persons who are coming from the some kind of programming background, they know that there are multiple instances, or there are multiple, you can say, branches of your development. One branch where you do development, right? Another branch or another instance which is on which everything is running live, right? Everything is running go live. Everything means customer is using basically that instance. You will not directly do any changes in the customer running instance, right? You will do every changes in the development instance. Similarly, ServiceNow provides 2 or 3 instances. One instance is development, one instance is called UAT instance, one instance which is testing for testing purpose, one instance is called means live instance, right, or production instance. So whatever kind of work you are doing, you will do that development on the development instance. You will migrate that work, right? You will migrate that particular work to the UAT instance. Your tester or you yourself do some testing on it, and you will see is everything fine. Then you will migrate that particular updates in production instance, right? So the way how we migrate those updates from one instance to another instance, that is the way using the update set. So update set is a terminology, or update set is a way how we can group all the updates in a single pack, right? And we will move that pack to the different instances so that all the updates can be made available to there, right? How we can create an update set? We just need to go here, update set, right? As soon as you will type here update set application will come, and local update set you are seeing here. You will go here, no new, right? Whatever name you want to give to your update set, you will give that name. State should, you will keep the state in progress only, and you will see here submit and make current. Submit only submit, but submit and make current will select my update set here as well. So click on submit and make current. You will see it gives me your current update set has been changed. You can see my current update set is, I just created, this is my current update set, right? So this is the way how we can create update set, and all the updates will come here in customer updates. All the updates will come here in customer updates. You can see a lot of updates are already available because it is previously created update set. So all the updates will come here, right? And you can see that what kind of updates you have to move from here to up to your another instance, or second or third instance, right? So this is the update set. Now there is a one bigger question: what kind of data is actually captured in update set, and what kind of data is not captured in update set? That is your question, guys. You will do it. I will not say, I will not ask you today. After 3 or 4 days, when you will start your development, then I will ask you that what kind of stuff we can capture in update set, what is the best practices regarding the update set, right? And how we migrate that update set, I will show you it in tomorrow or the day after tomorrow session, right? For today, you can see you will create update set here. This list will be empty. You will come here, right? And you do something. For example, you come here in system properties, right? System properties, you go here and you change the system time zone, and you check that system time zone is captured or not in update set. So you can do such practice by yourself for today, right? So let me check if anything is pending. No. So I think everything is covered for today. Now let me know any questions if you guys have, if you want to ask, or something you missed in this complete today's in this complete today's training, then let me know. I will clarify.
Parveen, I
Any
have
questions
one.
from
Let me just correct me if I'm wrong. That you were mentioning there were two things on user form. One was logged out and one was active. As far as I know, that logged out is someone who is currently the user of the organization, but might be the possibilities that he might have entered password wrong many times so that he got logged out. Or and active is someone who is part of organization. If we are unchecking the text box means field of active, then it means that the user is not the part of organization. He cannot access any module of the service now. Is that so?
Yes, correct. Yes. So means if you are clicking on the logged out button, the user means yes, around I think 3 to 4 times. If you have wrongly entered your password, it will you will be get logged out. You will not be able to enter. And if you have active false, then you will not be able to access any module. You can log in ServiceNow instance, right? But active keep having being active false is a different thing. All the any kind of references on any kind of reference things in ServiceNow, your that particular user will not be available. If you have made that user active false,
Praveen,
kind
sorry
of
to interrupt.
references that user
Praveen,
will not be
sorry to
able.
interrupt, but there is some glitches in your voice.
Is it
Right now, there is some glitch in your voice. Sorry to interrupt. Tushar Agarwal this side.
still there any voice?
The voice was lagging, like there were some glitches.
अच्छा अच्छा okay.
आवाज
Is it clear
अटक
now?
अटक के आ रही हाँ
Is it
अभी
clear
पहले
now or
क्लियर आ
still?
रही थी अभी 5 मिनट पहले क्लियर आ रही थी अभी थोड़ी बहुत डिस्टर्बेंस हो गई थी
अच्छा अच्छा is it मतलब अभी clear है ना?
अब क्लियर है यस
हाँ. So what I am saying कि active making active false to a user will means in that case that user will not be available in any kind of references or in any kind of scripts. You can say I will not talking about the glide record because glide record could be an exception for that. But yes, in any kind of references, that user will not be available to get selected. So this is the difference between being active false and locked out, right?
So
Got
you are going to teach us about more in user and group in coming days, or we have to do R&D for
no,
users and group by self?
that's it. Do you think that anything is left?
So the best practice is that whenever we are assigning roles, we have to assign it to the groups, right?
Okay. So best practice kind of stuff actually means why we are leaving here today. We will give you some custom development kind of things, right? And actually, whenever I took training, na, I allowed every person to do some mistakes. Then only you know that what is the correct thing, right? So if I will tell you everything before doing anything wrong, you will be more cautious and you will don't do any wrong things, right? So on such best practices we will come on all those practices in near future, right? But for today I just give you a brief of everything, so at least have a at least have an imagination that what is a group, what is a user, how are they related to each other, right? Yes, as per the best practice, as I told you in your answer, this is a best practice that we will give roles to the groups, not to individual users, because it helps us to restrict everything on a group level. It depends upon the scenario. That means I will not say it a best practice, but it depends upon the scenario. Okay.
Sure, Praveen.
Any other question from someone? Are we good?
yes
Yes.
Okay. So I think today's we have we have completed all the topics for today. Now we will meet tomorrow. I will talk about your assignment for today. I will talk to Pradyuman, right? And if there will be some assignment for today, you will be given on your emails today. So thanks, guys.
Okay.
We are good. I think to close this call, right? Bye bye. Bye everyone.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye bye.
good one
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.